Welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. My name is Michelle and I'm an intuitive astrologer. I combine my knowledge of astrology with my intuition, and this will be reflected in this video. So today I'm going to talk about the upcoming month of May 2025. And I'm going to start off by talking about this month in general, and then we're going to dive into each and every single sign, okay? You can watch your sun, moon, and rising, okay, for each and every single sign, but most accurate are sun sign and rising sign. I recommend you to watch those. So we've had like quite the hectic months up till now, and I've been looking at the month of May, and it kind of made me happy because the month of May is going to represent a lot more action. We have more fire, we have more grounded energy. It's going to be, a lot more action oriented. So if you felt that you were stuck, or you felt that you were very frustrated because of all the retrogrades that we've been having, and also we have this major aspect of the North Node together with Saturn and Venus. So this could have been making your life a bit slower than usual. But right now, it's time for more action, okay? It could even be a bit restless. And this is because the Sun in Taurus at the beginning of the month is going to be in a conjunction with Uranus. And Uranus is quite a restless planet, but at the same time, because Taurus can kind of ground it, right? Though, I don't like fear-mongering. Uranus with the Sun in Taurus, okay, because it's earth element, grounding can instigate earthquakes. So be very, very aware of the location that you're living. Make sure that you inform yourself and that you're staying safe, okay? So this is something that could be triggered by the Sun and Uranus in the sign of Taurus, but on the positive sense, right? Because there's always both sides in life. We have the light and the darkness, okay? So they're always, and that's with every single sign as well, okay? Because very often I hear all Scorpios are bad or all Libras are bad. No. Each and every single sign has really good qualities, and there are shadow aspects, okay? So you have to look into your shadow aspects to transform them into the light. So when we look at Uranus in the positive sense, this is really intuitive insights, intuitive flashes, brilliant ideas. So write them down. If you're feeling really restless or you're having too many ideas, make sure that you write them down so you can come back to them later, okay? We're going to have Pluto Retrograde, which will start on the 3rd of May. And, when Pluto is going retrograde, it is all about empowering yourself, okay? It's going more internal. So if you're feeling insecure or you're feeling like you're easily manipulated, and, it's in the sign of Aries. So this is your community. This could be the internet. This could be media. So are you easily influenced by the media? Are you easily influenced by other people? And also maybe there are some perspectives that you still need to see when it comes to the collective, when it comes to your community or even the masses, like things that maybe you haven't seen before, but Pluto wants you to go internal and see the truth of a situation, okay? And then we're going to this full moon, and this is going to connect very nicely what I just spoke about, because we're going to have Mercury, okay, in a square with Pluto. Mercury is all about information, and it's in the sign of Taurus. So this is very grounded. I'm going to do research because Pluto loves to do research, okay? If you have a strong Pluto connected with Mercury in your natal chart, you probably want to know everything about everything, okay? So this is a very research-oriented aspect, but it's also a tension because it's a square, so it can bring up some tensions. The highest form of this is to always stick to the truth, okay? Because Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, and Mercury can also, like I said, mean manipulation and lies. But this could also manipulation and lies coming to the surface, because Pluto wants them to come out of the underworld into the light or into the truth. So around the 12th of May, you might see that maybe some truths are coming out about certain situations. Could be quite shocking because Pluto doesn't care. It can be shocking. Whatever needs to come out needs to come out, okay? So it's best to stay honest around this day, because if you're trying to manipulate or trying to tell some white lie, it might actually come out, or something that you've said before. So, and this is on a global level. This is on a personal level. Now it's time to really empower yourself and do that in the best way possible, so you don't have anything that's gonna come to the surface, right? And nobody's perfect, but we try the best we can, don't we? So we can get the internet, you know, outages, internet going down. It could be, you know, like social media shutting down, things exposed about certain things. This is all secretive, that wants to show itself to the outside world. Then we're having Venus in, you know, Venus is in a conjunction with Neptune. So this is very utopian, lovey-dovey energy. And we've had this before in February in Pisces, which is more romantic, which is more, even more romanticizing, more fairy tale like. Like Aries is a bit more daring, right? Likes to chase, likes to have a little bit of a, I wouldn't say a battle, but it's nice to have like a push and pull effect. And you can romanticize that. So be aware that, you know, is it a healthy push and pull, or is this like I am romanticizing certain situations romantically? Okay, and this could even, but at the positive sense, because it is a fire sign, if you're very creative, it can lead you towards action, taking a lot of action towards a creative project or something that you would like to, something you would like to achieve, or you could have really creative ideas. Just be very much aware about being impulsive. So impulsivity is the shadow aspect, but the highest aspect would be that you're taking action on the dreams that you're having. And, you know, the best is to ground them, especially during Taurus season, which is going to be up until the 20th of May. It's a very grounded season. So here it's with Uranus, so as grounded as can be. But it's time to take action, okay? So we have fire, which is action, and then we have the grounding energy. So we have a really nice mix of elements. Jupiter is in an air sign, so you know, this is helping with processing information and doing certain research, and not, you know, it can balance the impulsivity out. Mars now in a fire sign in Leo, which obviously loves to be in Leo. It's about taking action, right? When Mars was in Cancer, it's like swimming in the water, and water is gonna, you know, damp down all the fire. So now we have Mars, which likes to be in a fire sign, to help you move forward, and also to be optimistic, because Leo is a very optimistic sign, very expressive. So it could be a more extrovert time for a lot of people. So you want to socialize more. It's actually quite a nice month to take action, to meet people, to meet friends. We don't have so many retrogrades anymore. So we do have this full moon in Scorpio, right? Which is going to be at 22 degrees. So check in your chart if you have any planets in Taurus or Scorpio at 22 degrees. And Scorpio likes to dive deep. Okay, so once again, we have this aspect with Pluto and Mercury, and then the moon in Scorpio. So this is definitely, some truths are coming to the forefront, but also it's a time to dive deep into your own emotions and being honest with yourself. Like, what can I heal to make, you know, you feel better, to make you feel more empowered? So this is a very deep diving energy, but it's a quite a friendly one, okay? It doesn't have to be very tough, unless, you know, it could be shocking, like something you didn't expect to hear. It's more like that. Then on the 26th of May, we're going to have a new moon in the sign of Gemini. And this is going to be at 6 degrees. So if you have any planet at 6 degrees, then yes, you're going to be highly impacted. This new moon is really nice. It's quite friendly, okay? It makes a trine with Pluto. So this is going to make you empower yourself, go after the projects that you want to do. Gemini is a very chatty sign, okay? So you want to read, you want to socialize, you want to chat with people, you want to discuss things with your colleagues at work. So you really want to reflect information with other people so you can come to a conclusion yourself, okay? And especially because we also have Jupiter in Gemini, this is a very outgoing time. Maybe you want to travel, take a trip, learning about cultures, you know, visiting museums, things like that. It's a curious energy, but it can also be a little bit overwhelming because you might have, like I said, too many ideas this month, too many things going on in your mind. But yeah, make sure to ground yourself, especially by the end of the month, since we have air and we have fire. Because Saturn on the 25th of May is moving into the sign of Aries. And I made a video about this specifically for all the signs. Okay, I'm going to discuss it shortly with all the signs. But if you want to know a more extended version, then definitely check out that video, because I'm discussing it for each house, which is going to be relevant to your personal chart. And quite huge, because this new moon, or after the 25th, when Saturn is moving into the sign of Aries, it's going to make a conjunction with Neptune. This conjunction, even though Saturn is moving back into Pisces or Neptune, they're gonna stay in a conjunction for the whole year, okay? And when we look at Neptune, we see a sign or a planet that is up in the air. It's about connection, creativity, spirituality. In the lowest form, it's addiction, because people who are addicted want to be connected to the divine, but they are disconnected with themselves. So they're trying to reach the same feeling by taking alcohol or substances. But this is literally people that have the ability to connect, but through society or things that happen around them, maybe they became disconnected with themselves. So meditation is definitely going to help. Saturn is going to ground you. It's going to ground the Neptune, okay? So if you're in a creative business, this is amazing, because you can ground this utopian energy and all these big ideas and visions that you're having, or the visions that are coming true through meditation. You have a way to ground that, okay? And yeah, it can also kind of dissolve karma, because Neptune can dissolve things. So Saturn is the planet of karma. So in that area of your life, you can definitely dissolve karma. Now, Aries has a lot to do with your personality, right? It rules the first house, or your identity. We already had Chiron there. So there's a lot of focus for many people on self-healing. And look around you. How many people go in therapy now, searching for a coach or someone to help them transform? So definitely a huge time for people to transform, to break down karma, to open their eyes to family structures and where they fit in, and how they can heal themselves and go in a direction that is more aligned with their authenticity and identity, okay? And sometimes it's timing, right? Like, it's not about pushing something that is not yet the right timing. So sometimes you have to wait till the right time, but at least work towards it. So, you know, like, when the right time comes, you know, you go with the flow and you're ready and you're prepared, because the intuitive insights that you're getting, they are valuable, okay? And they're saying something. Because very often in readings, I hear people say like, oh yeah, I already thought so, or I already felt that. So people have been having this feeling for years, but they just needed this confirmation, because honestly, readings are very often just confirmations of things that you already know deep within yourself, right? Like, it's just a reminder or a memory. What else can I tell you? I mean, this new moon is just lovely. Mercury is in a sextile with Saturn, so serious work. It's also in a conjunction with Uranus, so a lot of brilliant ideas could be coming up. In a sextile with Neptune is a very creative energy, very free flowing, but at the same time very empowering. So make sure that you use this month to get stuff done and also to have some fun, because life is not all serious, and a lot of you have been through enough the past few months, so it's also time to take a chill pill, okay? Just relax, do something fun, and yeah, enjoy your time, okay? It's not always, discipline is important in everything, but also sometimes it's okay to have fun, because this also awakens your energies, right? Because sometimes you're following all these strict influencers. They're saying, I'm waking up at 4 and then I'm running 3 hours and then I'm doing this breakfast and that thing. Whew, that doesn't sound like a lot of fun, right? Sometimes it's important to also have a little bit of fun, mixing it with discipline, but you cannot be on all the time. You also need some time off, okay? So just give yourself permission sometimes to also enjoy, if you are someone that feels a lot of pressure to get stuff done. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna start with all the signs. Let me go to, okay, I want to go back to, give me some time to get the chart up, because I can't memorize everything by mind. I have to see the chart. Okay, so let's start with Aries. So for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for you we have this full moon in Scorpio in your 8th house. So 8th house has everything to do with your finances, but this is more related to third-party finances or joint bank accounts that you have with a partner. And you might come across some things that you need to optimize or things that you maybe forgot. But actually you can dive deep into certain details and actually find what you need to revise, okay? What you need to update, upgrade, to even maybe get some funds back or get some taxes back. Like, you could literally research something and find something that's gonna give you more money. So Mercury's in the 2nd house in a square with Pluto in the 11th. So be aware with friends. Don't talk about money, or maybe you found this amazing thing that makes you more money. Make sure that you don't really share that with too many people around you. Only people you really trust, but around this full moon, I wouldn't really recommend that, okay? Saturn now moving in your 1st house, in your sign. So this is really highlighting maturity, growth. And when you work with this planet, so sometimes it feels for people like depression, but it's really deep rest, okay? It's like deep resting, because sometimes you're going a certain route that is no longer serving you. So Saturn is just the hard teacher putting you on the right path. So don't feel bad or guilty if you've been feeling, like you couldn't move or things were really tough. That's because you needed a redirection, and you cannot go to a redirection from being in a very busy schedule and things are all fine. So if you feel a pull towards a new direction, or you're being put on hold, that's totally okay, right? You've been working on a lot of spiritual healing in the past few years, and now it's time to take action, but maybe first you need to know which action to take. And you're really gonna have to listen to this inner authenticity, okay? So yeah. And then we have this new moon in Gemini on the 26th of May, which is going to be in your 3rd house. You also have Jupiter there. So it's a great time for a trip, going on a trip. And also, Aries, your communication skills are really on top of everything. Like you, you can really magnetize people to you with your communication skills. Maybe you're launching like a book or something you want to launch, a blog, a book, a website, or you're getting a lot of compliments for ideas that you're sharing or some kind of research report. Okay, I'm drawing this card like crystals. So maybe you can surround yourself by crystals, right? Because crystals have a lot of healing energy and they can really charge your space. And when you're having a lot to do or you're working on yourself, it can just help you and clean the space, feeling more energized. And you can check the internet how you can recharge them, right? You can recharge them in the with the moon, but each stone is different, okay? They are not gonna heal things without doing anything. They're just support for you, okay? But you are going to be very magnetic this month, Aries, because Venus and Neptune in a conjunction, especially at the beginning of the month, that's going to really draw a lot of attention to you, especially if you're doing something online or something in the public. People might be really interested in what you have to say, what you have to do. So publish this video around the beginning of the month or around this full moon. I'm getting study, right? With Jupiter, and by the end of the month, also this new moon in Gemini, studying, right? You're gonna be really good at remembering things, or you're just gonna nail certain exams or things that you have to pass. So yeah, a lot of positive things for you. I feel that you're gonna grow, but you're gonna enjoy growing, okay? It's not going to put you completely down. You're feeling that a new cycle is coming, and that's quite exciting. It's just be very aware with who you share this journey, okay? So that would be for my amazing Aries. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel so you're updated for many more upcoming videos. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you, and until next time. Let's move on to Taurus. So it's Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. First of all, happy birthday for my May birthday sun sign Taurus. As you know, it is a really good time to manifest around your birthday because the sun is transiting on your sun. So your sun is expanding. So yeah, if you want to manifest something or draw something to you, you can make a wish on your birthday, right? The ritual is not coming from nowhere. So I think that's really nice to do. Yeah, celebrating life, celebrating yourself. So we have the sun in a conjunction with Uranus, okay? So if you are especially around 26 degrees, so that would be more like a late birthday Taurus, or like around 26 degrees you have your ascendant or you have your moon. You're gonna have Uranus on there, so you're gonna feel a bit restless, okay? Sometimes people want to grasp you, but you're like there and you're there and you're there and you're there. You're gonna go really quickly, okay? And it's a very almost ungrounding energy in which you sometimes have difficulty choosing a certain direction or choosing what you want to do. So make sure to ground yourself, put your feet in the ground and write down all your ideas, because Uranus does give brilliant ideas. It rules the 11th house, right, of Aquarius. This is very futuristic energies. So if you're working online, this is a really, really wonderful time. If you want to launch something online, do anything online, you could even get like some scientific, idea that's going to be really brilliant, or some type of innovation. So if something is going to be invented, that's going to most likely be a Taurus this month in May, okay? There's a full moon in Scorpio, and full moon in Scorpio is in your 7th house. This could be a time where you suddenly could meet someone new. So if you're single, go out, put a smile on your face, or be mysterious, doesn't matter, right? But you could be attracting someone this month. And if you're already in a relationship, you might dive deep together, because Scorpio likes to dive deep into different subjects. And you could talk about maybe something that, you know, you want to, that you desire, or that you want to change, that you need in a relationship. Now it's time to get the secrets out, share something that maybe you've been holding on to, because it's not healthy to hold on to things for too long. Pluto is in your 10th house, okay? It's squaring Mercury around this full moon in Scorpio. So be very aware with work, what you share at work, and, you know, put a limit there, like what you're sharing and what is private. And it might even be that you're getting some gossip about a boss or something that is gonna shock you, and it's gonna make you see your boss very different. But also 10th house Pluto there could be you as a boss, okay? So make sure that you share what you want to share, and don't overshare things that maybe people shouldn't know about you, because they might look at you differently. They say they don't, but usually that's the case. Jupiter there in the 2nd house this month, so you have a chance to earn a lot of money, especially Taurus rising. You have a chance of earning a lot of money. This could be through 2 income streams. Maybe you have 2 jobs or 2 things that are earning money for you. You have Venus and Neptune in the 12th house. So be very aware, because you might have like a secret love being exposed, or someone that is secretly likes you. But yeah, be very careful. Taurus, no, you know, third party situations and all these kind of things, because that might happen. You might get attention from someone out of your relationship. And yeah, I mean, I always leave it up to the person to decide, but 3 is usually too much, okay? And it's gonna cause a lot of problems, so be very much aware. Miracle and blessings of abundance. Look at that. There's a chance of blessings and abundance. So maybe a new job coming in for you, a new client, something that's gonna bring in good money for you, Taurus. So that might be like a lucky break coming in. And I'm getting triumphant. So look at that. You're gonna be happy with it. So it could be some kind of announcement that is gonna really lighten you up, making you feel happy and, you know, full of energy. And talking about energy, you have Mars in the 4th house. So be aware of, you know, you probably can't sit still very well this month, or you're gonna have like a little bit of arguments with family members or people at home. Overall, it's a good month. It's a really good month. Be brave and generosity, okay? So be generous in a sense of, you know, if things are going well for you, you don't have to give your money away to everyone, right? But you can be generous once in a while to your own choice, or, you know, you could donate, or you could give your loved one a free meal, something like that. I'm getting be brave. So maybe this new opportunity feels a bit scary for you. Could be like, oof, am I able to do this? I'm not sure, but why not? Why not try? You can fail, and then, you know, okay, this is not it. And you go to the next thing. That is always, you know, some people are so scared to not have certain grounding. But if you don't try, you don't know. And it all adds up to your life's wisdom, okay? So you become wiser and you can really help people. So there's not really, in the end, a bad thing about trying things, okay? Don't confuse that with impulsiveness. That's different. You still have to make some kind of plan. But if you're doing everything right and it didn't work out, it's just not for you. But then you know, and you go to something else, okay? So that's my message for you, my amazing Taurus. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below how this message resonates with you. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. Let's move on to Gemini. So Gemini, Sun and Rising. For my early birthday Geminis, I'm wishing you already, Gemini sun signs, right? I'm wishing you already a happy birthday. I hope you have an amazing time and you make a beautiful wish on your birthday, because the sun is going to be on your sun and expanding you and putting the spotlight on you. which you deserve. So yeah, we have Jupiter there in your first house, and it's really bringing a lot of optimism. We don't have so many planets like going against that, or being like really aggressively going against the optimism that you're having, or slowing things down. So you're gonna feel more uplifted this month, okay? You're definitely gonna feel that. And especially during this new moon on the 26th at 6 degrees. So if you have any planets around 6 degrees, you're going to be highly impacted by this new moon, okay? It's a lovely new moon. It brings a lot of new ideas. But let's look first at the 12th of May. This full moon in Scorpio is going to be in your 6th house. So this is really telling you to rest if you need to, because the sun is in the 12th and the moon is in the 6th house. Maybe it could be that you're feeling a bit ill around this day. This is just a Scorpio is a deep diving sign. So it's cleaning up your karma. It's cleaning up everything that needs to come out. So if you've been overworking or doing too much, you might be feeling sick. This is the universe telling you to slow down, take it easy. You might get some results on if you're feeling, you haven't been feeling well, or some results for, illness or things like that. You could be getting results for that, and even good results. But that really depends on what is hitting in your body. I always say, go to the medical side of things for information on how to heal it now. But if you want to heal things on the long term, you can look at alternative healing. I think those two can really match each other beautifully. At the beginning, around this full moon as well, we have Venus and Neptune in a conjunction in the 11th house. So you might be romanticizing your friends, or a friend that you think maybe is something more than just a friend. Wait till the end of the month when, Venus is on its own and Neptune is going to be in this conjunction with Saturn, or in a closer conjunction, because Saturn is also moving into your 11th house on the 25th. So it's going to ground you, and you're going to have a better overview on your friendships, so you don't get any disappointments, because Saturn is going to bring in reality just to show you like who's your real friend and who's not your real friend, okay? But in general, an optimistic time, resting at the beginning of the month, but when your season is starting, especially after the 20th, you're going to have a lot more energy. There's a lot of creative energy this month, so it's time to create. During this full moon, there is Pluto in a square with Mercury. Okay, so it might be some gossip might be coming out. There might be some message coming in from someone from overseas, because Pluto is in the 9th house. Or during a travel, there might be something happening which is related to a past life, okay? There could be some delay, or some struggle with, a travel agency, things like that. But in general, you're going to feel really like a triumphant. This is a really triumph month, okay? It's a month that learning experience is about trying, researching, but also you're having a lot of optimism with Jupiter in the first house. So you're going to feel optimistic about your new journey, and you're kind of going to give it a go, is what I'm hearing. You see safe travel, like some of you are traveling, okay? Just be very aware that maybe there is, look everything up before to see if everything is in order. Yeah, that's all. You're a leader. So a lot of you are stepping into your leadership, and this could be leadership as in being a boss, but this could be also becoming a leader in your own life, okay? Stepping up, daring to speak up, and not letting other people talk you down, or maybe, making you feel very small. I'm seeing you like expanding, showing yourself, and there's just a really new energy, and it's a very optimistic one. You're going to definitely filter your friendships this month, because, when things you're doing well, very often the people that, they like you when you're sad, but when things are going well, this is also a good check to see who is happy for you and who is not, right? So that would be my message for you, my amazing Gemini. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time. So let's move on to Cancer. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have Taurus season starting off in your 11th house, and it is together with Uranus. So this is a really lovely time if you're working online to launch something. If you want to do some kind of online workshop, would be really good around this time. If you have anything to do with like online, doing anything online regarding gardening or regarding, because Taurus is a very earthy sign, so regarding artistic expression, maybe you're doing some type of art. Yeah, it's a wonderful time. And we have a full moon in Scorpio that is going to highlight this, okay? Because the moon is going to be in the 5th house, the Scorpio moon. And 5th house is of self-expression. But Scorpio likes to dive deep, okay? So anything that you're bringing forward is going to be very well thought through. Like if you're creating art or you're bringing a message or anything that you're doing with work, your message is going to be a deep one, okay? It's not going to be like, oh, I just created this art and it has no meaning behind it. You're going to create something that's very in-depth, that is coming from somewhere. So whatever the message is that you want to share with people, whatever your job is or your hobby, you're going to share something that is of depth. And this could also be that you know, in your friend group, you might actually meet someone or date someone. You could have a really good conversation with someone that could lead to something more. By the end of the month, you're going to definitely know a bit more because there is Venus in a conjunction with Neptune, which is super romantic, so nice, but also it gives pink colored glasses and it makes you see someone not fully who they are. So by the end of the month, you're gonna get, you're gonna get a bit more clarity on that, Cancer. But yeah, look around because it is a really beautiful time to attract someone. And if you are, like I said, doing something creative or spiritual, and something creative could even be in a job and launching some kind of campaign, right? So your creative ideas are really magnetizing people or the masses to you. So this is time to go after what it is that you want and launch something new. You could also wait until Jupiter is going to be in your sign, which will be in June. And that's a very exciting time for you. And especially for early degree Cancers, okay? You're gonna have Jupiter on your sun, moon, or rising, which is going to be a really amazing time. Saturn is moving into your 10th house, okay? And this is bringing either more responsibility in your work. So you're going to see that you have a lot more responsibility. Or this is going to bring in difficulty finding work. Sometimes that happens. And this is just restricting you because maybe you're not on the right path and you have to rethink which direction is right for you, because sometimes we're trying to force something that is not really the right timing or is not really something your soul wants to learn, right? Because we do have manifestation abilities, but some things, and I can definitely tell according to the astrology, are definitely set unless you're like living in a really high vibration, then you have more freedom to choose, okay? There's more space for that. So your vision is very important. So like I said, you can follow your vision. If it doesn't happen right away, maybe it's not the right timing, or maybe you didn't follow your vision. So it's important to see first what it is that you like to do and how can you get there and make a plan according to that. Okay, we have a new moon in Gemini on the 26th of May, which is going to be in your 12th house. It's time to relax, meditate, treat yourself well. Okay, you're preparing for your season. Activist, look at that. Someone who is working with the light. Maybe you like to pray, like some of you like to pray. Maybe there's something you would like to have in your life. So this is time to connect with yourself, connect with the universe, God, however you want to call it. Connect with the light so you can you can really integrate it into your body and send your wishes out into the world, okay? Let me get one more card. Believe. So I'm seeing a lot of you are really diving into either religion or you're diving into spirituality, and you're going to figure out what you believe in, okay? Do you believe maybe what I just said, it doesn't resonate with you? Like, you know, manifestation is true or it's not true. I'm just sharing my opinion. I think it's definitely something you can, there is space to manifest, but some things are fixed that you can't get around. But usually it's on the path that you already want. It's already something that you want to do, right? If it's really feeling wrong, you're not on the right path. Anyways, that would be my message for you, my lovely Cancer. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time. So let's move on now to Leo. So Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. After many months of low energy because of Mars being in your 12th house, it's now in your sign. So you're going to take a lot more action. This is a very, very action-oriented month for you. Very good month, Leo. This is a very good month for you. You're going to have the Sun in Taurus season in your 10th house together with Uranus. If you're working online, or if you know, anything job related, you're gonna have brilliant ideas. You know, you can really get respect, but you also might be thinking a bit too much out of the box that people can't really follow you, so give them time to catch up with you. Jupiter is in your 11th house, so time for networking, and you could get a lot of amazing opportunities through networking, okay? This is sometimes called the lucky house. When Jupiter is in the 11th lucky house, because you can draw a lot of things to you through your connections. So yeah, get out there, do your socializing, because we also have a new moon on the 26th of May, which is highlighting this. So this is time for you to get out, you know, get out, be seen, talk to people. You have Venus and Neptune together, so at the beginning of the month, so maybe you want to take a holiday or like a small break, or you're working while traveling and you feel like kind of this utopian vibe that will, you know, especially at the beginning of the month. By the end of the month, that will settle a little bit, because Venus and Neptune is utopian, but is it always the reality? Yeah, but with traveling, who cares? You know, you just need to enjoy. So I really like that placement. So yeah, 12th of May, we have this full moon in Scorpio at 22 degrees. I have a hard time saying that. And it's in your 4th house. So some of you are moving for a job. Literally, you're moving location. You could be moving in general. Moving, you're gonna work online, relocating. Maybe you want to do something about your living situation. You want to make like a workspace for your work, or you want to make a room that is dedicated to, yeah, to what you're working on. Blessings of abundance. So there's a lot of blessings coming in for you this month. It's a very optimistic month, Leo. It's time to take action, that's for sure. Get out there, have fun, talk to people. Options, look at that. You're gonna have options, so you better make your decisions, because there's a lot of options coming in for you, and you might have to decide what is the best option, okay? Healer and children. Like some of you, maybe you want to have children, or you want to heal children, okay? A lot of Leos are really good with children because you rule the 5th house. So if you have positive planets in Leo, you get along with children very well. So yeah, I'm talking to a lot of healers here. And sometimes being a healer doesn't mean to be an actual healer, to be a doctor, or to be a, you know, energy healer, things like that. Sometimes you can heal people by being a hairdresser, or you can heal people by just communicating with them. So any type of job you have, you know, because people always underestimate it. Like, you know, I need to do something spiritual, I need to do something good. But look at all the small things that you're doing every single day, like the small conversations, even with your neighbors or with people around you. Like if your vibration is good and you're working on that, it doesn't really matter what kind of job you do, because honestly, it, you know, your vibration is going to heal other people and it's going to create a domino effect. The only thing that it does trigger is sometimes unhealed emotions in other people, okay? They're gonna get real pissed at people who have very bright energies, because deep down they recognize it and they don't like it, because that means you have to step up and you have to grow. So don't feel guilty, you know, if you get these really extreme reactions. Keep shining, do your thing. This is really the month to get stuff done for you. And definitely not a month to stay at home. That's don't stay at home, Leo. That's gonna be a waste of this really, really beautiful month for you. Okay, so that's my message for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. Let's move on to Virgo. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this full moon in Scorpio on the 12th of May. It's going to be in your 3rd house, opposing the sun in Taurus. So basically, Taurus season is usually a good time for my lovely Virgos to travel. So if you want to take a trip, or you want to, you know, some of you are even going to work online, because we have this sun with Uranus, so you can bring your laptop, your work with you while you're traveling. If you are studying, you're gonna, you know, maybe sometimes feel a bit restless, but at the same time, you can come up with really good ideas for your project. Jupiter is in your 10th house, so your career is gonna take off, Virgo. Be prepared. Like, especially if you're a Virgo rising and you have Jupiter in your 10th house, you will see your career taking off. You're gonna get a lot of things coming to you. And, you know, I'm a Virgo sun, and, you know, even now already I'm feeling so many opportunities have come in that now I have to choose. It's crazy. And the last few months it was completely quiet. I needed my quiet time, especially after the whole incident that we had with the retreat center, that we, you know, lawyers involved and all these long process, and I really needed to rest. But now, like, life is moving. It's moving fast, and yeah, very fast. So Virgo, be prepared. Do look at too good to be true offers at the beginning of May, because we have Venus and Neptune. So this is more related to offers that are coming outside of money that you're earning yourself, though. That would be like this investment, like, I have this major investment, you just have to invest and you get like thousands of euros. Be aware of that, because, you know, pink colored glasses energy is up. But yeah, if you're with in a relationship, this is a time where you can really have a romantic time, reconnect. Saturn is in your 7th house, but is going to move to your 8th house on the 26th of May. 25th of May. It's going to move into your 8th house. So again, I wouldn't be a big fan for you right now to do any type of investment. I would just stay away from it. Check your taxes and things well. And this is going to be for the upcoming like 1.5 year, but you can check the Saturn transit video that I made. So that's going to explain it more in depth. Mars is going to be in your 12th house. So be nice to your energy. You have so much to do, like work is taking off big time. You're traveling, all good things. Maybe you're even traveling for work. So a lot of good things are happening for you, but Mars is restricting kind of your energy, okay? It's gonna get better when Mars is going into your sign next month. But for now, in Leo, it's in the 12th house. And, you know, you might even feel some frustrations coming up because so many things are happening that you don't know how to settle. And also watch your health, because we have Pluto in the 6th house, and I always say if nothing is there, nothing will come forward, because Pluto is the planet of the underworld. So everything what is hidden there will come to the surface. So if nothing is there, your health will be fine. But also it can empower you and make you so driven that you're not listening to your body, you're not listening to your health. So take rest when you need to, Virgo, because I know Virgos are very hardworking and sometimes it's hard for you to stop and take a break. Okay, so make sure to have a good balance with all those things. Wow, that's crazy. I just said that and I just got the card pause. I cannot make this up, literally. So take a break sometimes, okay? Don't go too quick, too fast, too much. It's also a month for studying for a lot of you. And we have a new moon in Gemini in the 10th house on the 26th of May, which could highlight a new job for you, new opportunities, new clients, opportunities in your job, compliments. I don't know. I know you're uncomfortable with compliments, but you better learn how to take them because this month is gonna highlight your talents, if you're comfortable with it or not. Then we have move. So some of you are literally moving your body more, but not overdoing it, because Pluto can make you go to the extreme, like extreme workout, extreme dieting, things like that. So move your body, but take it easy, move it slow. And also, if you're moving places, like some of you are moving places, literally, take it easy, not too quick, okay? Because you have enough going on. So that's my message for you, my amazing Virgo. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, let's move on to Libra. So Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, we have this full moon in Scorpio on the 12th of May at 22 degrees. I've literally said this wrong in every sign. I can't say 22. 22 degrees in your second house. So this has to do with your money. So new money opportunities, also finding ways on how to distribute your money. Maybe you want to invest your money. Like, what do you want to do with it? You're gonna, think about it around this time. Then we have Jupiter in your 9th house. So beautiful time for traveling, studying, optimistic research, learning about the world. It's really endless curiosity and wanting to be free, wanting to feel free, okay? And there's, around this new moon, there is Mercury in the 8th house in a square with Pluto in the 5th house, okay? So for some of you, this could be some updates with kids, like watch out with communication with kids, like maybe they're not telling the truth to you or other way around. Make sure to be honest about things, especially if it's related to maybe a divorce. Some of you have been going through divorce or a separation. Usually they notice these kind of things, okay? Or maybe you met someone new, right? So you're finding the right time to tell, but around this full moon, it's gonna be hard to kind of lie, because it's like truth will come out kind of situation. So yeah, you have Venus and Neptune in the 7th house, so this can bring a really romantic energy. You could be meeting someone new, but this is also a pink colored glass energy, like I say, and it's an Aries, so it's a bit impulsive. It likes to chase and it likes to pull back, and all this excitement. You're gonna feel so good, but wait until the end of the month at least to see who you have, who you're talking to, okay? So maybe you're traveling and you're meeting someone new, but is this someone that you can see something on the long term with? If you are already in a relationship, do something nice together. By the end of the month, Saturn will move into your 7th house, okay, in the sign of Aries. I made a separate video, so you're gonna know all the dates, when it's going back, when it's moving forward, and all these things and what it means. But in general, Saturn in the 7th house is going to trigger commitment in relationships if you already are in a relationship. If you're single, you're going to figure out what it is that you want. And Saturn is going to break down all the stuff that are no longer serving you. Maybe you're attracted to people that are not right for you, like people that maybe you think you resonate with, but actually are not on the same wavelength. And very often attraction has to do with how much we love ourselves, okay? And it's funny because I had this conversation with my partner yesterday, like, when I was younger, for example, I would be very much attracted to people who didn't like me very much, and not attracted to people who really liked to be with me. I thought it was so stupid, so easy, and so mellow. And it was weird because I didn't love myself. I didn't want to find out back then what it feels like when someone really loves you, when someone really cares for you and wants to be with you. But I wasn't there yet in my own frequency, because I didn't think I deserved love, right? And that's very deep. But very often when we are attracted to bad boys, bad girls, all these kind of things, it's because we don't think we deserve better. And your attraction changes, literally. When you love yourself, you're gonna love recognizes love. So it's really crazy, but it's really true. Yeah, so you're gonna figure out a lot of things for yourself. It's time for money management. Let me get you a card, my lovely, lovely Libras. We have a new moon in Gemini, so traveling, studying, play music. Like maybe some of you are playing music or you're listening a lot to music, but it's gonna give you more inspiration this month, okay? Music is gonna give you high vibes. Pause. So maybe a lot going on for you this month. A lot of fun stuff, a lot of good things happening for you, okay? But take some time to pause as well. High education and animals. Yeah, some of you are definitely studying something spiritual, new language maybe. You're studying something that makes you feel closer to the world or makes you understand the world better, okay? That's why it's also falling under the 9th house, languages. And you have it in Gemini, so you're pretty good. Like, unless you have a badly aspected Mercury, but you can be pretty good at languages. So we have animals here. Time to cuddle your animals, but also something really fun to do. Let me know in the comments, because this is fun. Close your eyes for a moment. Like, really. What is the first animal that comes to mind? And like, for example, if it's an owl, you go to Google and you type spiritual meaning of the owl, and very often this animal is like exactly right now necessary in your life. So let me know in the comments what your animal is, because I would love to know. And it's fun because you can see like where you're at in your life and what type of spirit animal is around you right now. So thank you so much for being here, my lovely Libra. This was my message for you. And until next time, let's move on to Scorpio. So Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. So this month for you is very much all about love, relationships, okay? We have a full moon in your sign on the 12th of May. And you have the sun, you have Uranus in the 7th house, and Uranus really indicates that you are very drawn to more free people, more rebellious people. Having a kind of out of the box relationship, however that may be. It could be with someone older, someone younger, maybe someone you didn't expect to be with. If you're still single, it's a time to really get out and show yourself to the world. Also, by the end of the month, Saturn is now moving to your 6th house. So that really opens up possibilities of dating, because Saturn in the 5th house is not like you don't want to date, but it's like, I'd rather skip all the BS. I don't want to go through all the meeting many people. I would rather leave it to chance, because I'm looking for something, like a lot of you are looking for something long term. If maybe you don't right now, you can just have fun again, because Saturn was restricting that. It was saying, I want serious, I don't want to date, I don't want to do all these kind of things. But you're definitely it's a lovey-dovey month for you. Saturn in the 6th house is going to bring maybe more responsibilities for you, Scorpio. And you also have Mars in the 10th house, so you're really on fire when it comes to work, okay? Be aware that maybe you come on very strong, because Mars in the 10th house can come on very strong, but you can get a lot of stuff done this month. You might be getting a job that gives you more responsibility, but make sure that it doesn't impact your health. That's why your work and your routines are very much related to your health, because if your routines and your work are not in the right place or not well planned, it's going to impact your health. So be very much aware of that. I'm hearing fertility. So some people are planning a child. You have North Node in Pisces in the 5th house. So for some of you, that will trigger a birth or a child, okay? If you don't want that, be very careful. Jupiter is in the 8th house. It can bring in some lucky stuff when it comes to finances, especially by the end of the month when we have a new moon in Gemini at 6 degrees, okay? In your 8th house. So this can be, it could be coming in through taxes. You could be getting money from sometimes even inheritance, although I don't see that really as something positive sometimes because it is related to someone passing. I mean, we all dream of a faraway uncle that we didn't know and we inherit money, but usually it's someone you love, so it's not really positive, that positive, right? But yeah, sometimes through fund or like some kind of insurance or something like that, a mistake, and you get some money back. Higher education. So some of you are diving into higher education. Jupiter in the 8th house likes to do research, especially in the sign of Gemini. Is really curious. Like you want to know everything about maybe tarot or the occult, like learning about these things. How can I dive deeper within myself? How can I heal myself? Especially with this full moon, right? It's like, what can I do to get to know myself better? And this will reflect to the outside world and it will draw in a partner that is really good for you, okay? Pluto is in the 4th house and it's squaring the 7th house. So it could be like some kind of conflict maybe with your partner and your family, or your landlord and your partner, okay? Or just the home situation, or could be a little bit wishy-washy due to some family situation. But stay optimistic. It's a short transit. It's not gonna be like very long, okay? So pretty positive for you. Gonna be a nice month. Get out and about, go into action, get your stuff done, and it's gonna be pretty good. Thank you so much for watching, my lovely Scorpios, and until next time, let's move on to Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, Sun and Rising, for you we have this full moon in Scorpio in your 12th house, and this really means that it's time to rest and dive deep within yourself, okay? We have the moon opposing Taurus in your 6th house, which is in a conjunction with Uranus. So if anything with your health, it's time to rest. So really listen to your body. If you're feeling something is off or you're feeling very stressed, because Uranus in the 6th house is a bit shaky, okay? So some people are literally shaking, or it can bring some nervous system things, okay? So it's really time to calm down, have a diet that really, that your body likes, and take the rest that you need. Balance that well with your work, okay? So rest and work, or take some days off around this time. There is Neptune and Venus at the beginning of the month in your 5th house. So this is a very romantic kind of energy. So if you're dating, or you're dating someone, you could be very in a romantic kind of situation. But yeah, it is a little bit impulsive and pink colored glasses, okay? So by the end of the month, you're gonna see if the person that you've met is as serious as you or not, because Saturn brings down all the pink colored glasses by the end of the month. You do have Jupiter in the 7th house, so for a lot of you, actually it is as good as you think it is, okay? You are in a romantic cycle, and some of you are definitely gonna get married this year or maybe this month, okay? Gonna take the romance a step up and have a bigger commitment. So for most of you, you have the right planets behind you. Just make, by the end of the month, it will be more clear. But for a lot of you, you are in a really amazing romantic cycle. You have, let me see. Yeah, we have a new moon in Gemini as well. So again, romance very much highlighted. It's making a lot of positive aspects. So be out and about, Sagittarius. Like if you want to attract someone new, this is the time to do it. If you are traveling though, be a little bit aware because Pluto is in the 3rd house and Mars is in the 9th house. So you could have some miscommunications or some, difficulty even with studying. So not just traveling where something might not go 100% as you want them to go, but also with studying, you might feel a bit frustrated. But if you're using this energy correctly, you can finish a lot of things this month. You can study a lot, write a lot. If you need to do some kind of research, you can get a lot of stuff done, okay? Rewards. You're gonna get rewards for all your hard work, whether it is romance or whether it is work. Yeah, I feel like so much emotions. Like some of you have done so much work on so many things, and you can sometimes like give yourself some patting on the shoulder that you've done really well, okay? And sometimes times are sad, but sometimes times are good because they gave you a learning experience and you needed to know, like, you have to learn certain things that maybe we all have these blind spots, and certain experiences open these blind spots to us and they are leading you to like a better path. So you learned how to not compromise because you are starting to love yourself, right? Like loving yourself and not compromising to what people tell you to do, their expectations. So a lot of you have been working on yourself and yeah, you're doing really well. So enjoy this month. It's a nice one, but don't overdo it either. Okay, take some rest if your body is telling you to. Do some workout, but again, not too extreme. That would be my recommendation for you, my amazing Sagittarius. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below how this resonates with you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. Let's move on to Capricorn. So Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. For you, we have this full moon in the month of May in Scorpio in your 11th house. And it will be at 22 degrees, which is going to highlight your friendships. You might have some really good conversations with your friends about your life, about their life, and it's really teaching you more about yourself and maybe your inner child. So maybe there's someone that you're friends with that you can really express yourself well with, because we have this opposition with Uranus and the sun in the 5th house. You could be having conversations about your children or some tips, or even about romance, because 5th house is also related to romance. So your friend might have some really good advice, because Scorpios are really sharp and they usually are the friends that are very direct. So Capricorn, you like these people that are very direct with you. They tell you what it is, but they're honest. You don't like wishy-washy people that are like going around the subject. So yeah, you will maybe have a friend that's going to give you some good advice that's going to be super helpful for you. You have Neptune and Venus at the beginning of the month in your 4th house. So maybe you want to decorate your house, buy some beautiful things to romanticize the place a little bit. And on the 25th, Saturn is going to move into the 4th house. So I would definitely do it before the 25th of May. And Saturn in the 4th house is bringing in some karma related to your family line, okay? Or your housing situation. There might be something with the house that you need to maintain, that you need to fix. But also there are things with the family, like things that are, in the ancestral line that are coming up. You might have to take care of a parent or a grandmother, grandfather, but it's mostly related to your parents. Responsibility towards family, okay? That might be coming up. If you're moving, be very much aware that Saturn is slowing things down. So the move would not be a quick one. It would be one that takes a lot of time and takes a lot of effort, because Saturn doesn't give you just something for nothing. So it would be like a long project that it's not going to be super easygoing. So just be very much aware of that. Jupiter's in the 6th house, so that's going to give you many opportunities when it comes to work, clients. You could be getting a lot more clients, or just having a really good relationship with your colleagues, having a lot of fun with them and enjoying your time, okay? So this month for you is very creative, and we have a new moon in Gemini as well on the 26th in your 6th house. So there could be some good news about your health coming in. Maybe you thought like something was wrong, but then the outcome is turning out well, especially Capricorn rising. You have Jupiter and this new moon. So there could be some good news coming in, or you're finding some kind of diet or something that can help you heal. You might get a bit of too many thoughts when working, so make sure that you organize your mind, write all your ideas down. Vision. So there's a strong vision some of you Capricorns have that you are really restless about taking, like you really want to go for it. And I'm feeling so much optimism. So the ideas are starting to flow again. Like maybe before you felt like you were stuck or you weren't really moving as fast as you wanted to, but slowly now things are starting to move forward, okay? If you want to have children, or you're expecting, or things like that, you know, or you want to expect a child, there is definitely a fertility window in May, because Taurus is already a very fertile sign. So if you have that in the 5th house, yeah, definitely it could be a very successful month if that's what you want. If that's what you don't want, be very careful, especially when you want to sleep with a friend or something, because around this full moon, be very much aware of that. So that would be my message for you, my amazing Capricorn. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, let's move on now to Aquarius. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for you, we have this full moon in Scorpio on the 12th of May, your 10th house, right? And we have Taurus season in your 4th house. So some of you are moving for work, literally moving for work. But something in work can transform you so you feel more stable at home. Maybe they allow you to work more from home, or you can go back to the office and your family situation is calmer because of it. Any relationship troubles that you may have experienced in April will settle a little bit more in May, and will, you know, settle completely in June. But, you know, with Mars in the 7th house, it doesn't have to be something bad, actually. It was Pluto that was in an opposition that could be really like impacting Mars and impacting your relationships because of explosive conversations. Or maybe you're feeling betrayed by someone, but definitely now it's gonna settle a lot more. Jupiter is in your 5th house, so it's a beautiful time to go dating, to meet people. Yeah, because this month can bring you a lot more opportunities with that. So redecorating the house, dating. We also have a new moon on the 26th in your 5th house. So this is going to highlight meeting someone new, highlight pregnancy if that's what you want. If you want to have a child, that would be a really beautiful day. So around this new moon. Yeah, so moving, dating, romance. So if you're already in a relationship, do something fun with your partner around the 26th. It would be a really nice time. Blessings of abundance. I got this card for many signs. I love it. This is going to be a very optimistic month for many people, okay? Just be aware, there will be a full moon in Scorpio around the 12th, and your Mercury is in the 4th house, and it's squaring Pluto in your 1st house, okay? This could indicate some disturbance or some lies coming out from family members, from homeowners. So something unresolved might be coming up, or something in the house that isn't good, or something that was in the contract that wasn't completely honest or as it should, okay? Higher education. I feel like some of you are going through such a transformation that you're almost like, life is not just this. There's so much more than that. Like Pluto is giving that because it's gonna give a lot of lessons, but it's also gonna trigger awakening. It's the planet that can trigger most awakening in people. And confidence, okay? You're gonna be wiser, more confident. So I feel a lot of you you're growing more rooted, more confident, and Saturn is gonna move from the second house to your third house by the end of the month. This will also help you with your finances. They will be much better. So you can have a better salary, an increase of salary, or at least, earn more money. So it's positive. And it's going in the third house. This is gonna make you more picky on how you communicate with, at work, communicate with your neighbors, with your sisters, your brothers, your siblings, right? You're gonna think before you speak. This is what Saturn does, but it's in depth. Like when you speak, you know what you're saying. So you're gonna say something really deep. That would be my message for you, Aquarius. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you. And until next time, let's move on to Pisces. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For you, this month will be starting off with Taurus season in your third house. And during this full moon on the 12th of May, we're going to have a full moon in Scorpio in your ninth house. A beautiful time to travel. So if you want to travel overseas, travel close by, like some of you want to do like a spa retreat or treating yourself well. Scorpio is a deep diving sign, so you could also do something on healing. So maybe you could be doing like healing modalities or retreats or things that are gonna help you get rid of the emotions that you feel are still holding you back from being the best version of yourself. Just be very much aware that at the beginning of the month, Venus and Neptune are in your second house. So this could really make you think like, yeah, I want to spend money, I want to give money, I want to donate money. Make sure that you have the right budget to do the right things, because Saturn is going to move into your second house on the 25th of May. And that might be restricting your money, okay, or your income. So you might have to manage your money better or have to work a bit harder to get the same income as before. But yeah, maybe you're not happy with the earnings that you're making around this time. Okay, so don't overspend. Saturn doesn't completely restrict money. It can in some cases, because maybe you need to revise on how you make money, and also it teaches you how to appreciate it. So appreciate everything that you have. So studying around the 12th of May, you might get some good results, or you might get some really brilliant discoveries in your field of knowledge around this day. Some big clarity coming in for you. This could even be during your trip traveling. Your Jupiter is in the fourth house, so Jupiter transit is in the fourth house. So it's a great time to buy property, to sell property, and especially during this new moon in Gemini on the 26th of May. Beautiful time to redecorate your place if you're moving. Blessings of abundance. I had this for so many signs. It's a really beautiful month. It's really beautiful month, okay? A lot of you Pisces are very much focused on you and on your self-growth. South Node is in the 7th house. It does sometimes cut off relationships, but it can also just shift focus more on you, which is kind of weird. Like it forces you to shift it on yourself. And with Saturn there, you really learned how to take responsibility, but now you're evolving with your authentic self, okay? And you're not gonna just give everything away, but you're gonna put your energy back to yourself. So really a growth of self-love, okay? You did a lot of healing for a lot of you. The South Node can bring back past life lovers or romance. And it can also bring back someone from the past that you're going to have a relationship with again. Wise decision. So some of you were doubting about a certain decision. Like, did I do it right? Should I have done this or should I have done that? But you know what? Your intuition already tells you. But sometimes with your mind, you think it's something weird or something. Why should I do that? Like, I don't understand. But you are a very intuitive sign, so you know it's the right thing. And don't question that within yourself, okay? You've done a lot of healing. Like, some of you are going to do quite some sports. Mars there in the 6th house. You're going to have a lot of energy. So speak your truth as well. You're going to speak up. Speak your truth. Doing a lot of sports, running, whatever it is that you're into, you're going to have a lot of energy. So, you know, a lot of Pisces are going to have a good fit body this summer. That's for sure. Beautiful time. It's a beautiful month. And yeah, that would be my message for you, my amazing Pisces. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you. And until next time, thank you.